Hello friends, my name is Yevhenii, I'm from Ukraine. I'm watching my video using this service, since my pronunciation of the English language does not allow me to do it myself. Thanks for understanding.
The 573rd day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. The General Staff writes in its reports that the Russians are trying to recapture Andriivka and are counterattacking in the Klishchiivka area. Also, the constant counterattacks of the Russians were confirmed by the commander of the ground forces, Syrsky. These seemingly small settlements were important elements of the enemy's defensive line, stretching from Bakhmut to Gorliivka. As a result of the successful actions of our troops, the enemy's defense line was broken through, which he tried to close, throwing all available reserves into battle, the commander said. Regarding the breakthrough of the Russian defense, there is no data yet that the Ukrainian armed forces have entered the operational space through enemy positions. Russian military telegram channels claim that they are defending along the railway line, which runs east of Klishchiivka and Andriivka. Also, some of them still claim that the Ukrainian army does not have complete control over both villages. Actually, what the real situation is will become clear by how events develop further. If Ukrainian troops from Klishchiivka and Andriivka make a deep breakthrough of the enemy's defenses, covering Bakhmut from the south, then it will really be possible to talk about the entry of the Ukrainian armed forces into operational space. If new long-term positional battles follow, this will mean that the situation on this section of the front has not changed radically. On the southern front, Western experts record the advance of the Ukrainian armed forces in the direction of Verbovy. Pro-Russian expert Surya K-Maps also report this. They said the Ukrainian army resumed its advance along Russia's first main line of defense, reaching the nearby outskirts of the city, where the Russian army managed to repel the attack. An interesting remark by President Zelensky regarding the Russian defense lines, which Ukrainian troops have been trying to break through near Roboty for the fourth month. On September 2nd, the commander of the Tavria Group, Oleksandr Tarnavsky, said that the Ukrainian armed forces had broken through the first line of defense of the Russians in the south and it should be easier further. According to him, the second and third lines in Russia are much less fortified, so it will be easier to break through them. That is, judging by Tarnavsky's words, Ukraine has already made the main breakthrough at the front. However, Zelensky's interview came out today, from which it follows that the situation is slightly different. The president said that this is a matter of the future. The Ukrainian army plans to powerfully break through Russian defenses. We really want this to break through the defense line. It's not an easy path. It will be, I'm sure. I can't say where it's faster, I can't talk about it, because I know where we're going to break through, and break through powerfully, he said Zelensky in an interview with CBS News. Let us recall that the main direction where Ukraine is advancing is the Roboty-Verbovy section towards Tokmak. It was there that they talked about overcoming the first line of Russian defense. Zelensky, in an interview with CBS, gave other assessments of the counteroffensive. For example, he said that it was not very fast, but it was necessary in order to not give Putin a break. We need to deoccupy the territory as much as possible, move forward. Even if it's less than half a mile or 100 meters, we need to do this. Give no rest to Putin. Give no rest to the enemy, he said. This is a difficult situation. I will be absolutely frank with you. We have the initiative, this is a plus. We stopped the Russian offensive and launched a counteroffensive. And despite this, it is not very fast. It is important that we move forward every day and liberate territories, the Ukrainian president added. According to him, the fighting has now moved mainly to the stage of artillery duels, in which Ukraine and Russia fire 40,000 shells a day. Assessments of the counteroffensive were also heard overseas. Attacks in the south will not allow for the full return of lost territories, said Mark Milley, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff. The offensive, while significant, has operational and tactical goals that are limited. Even if fully achieved, They will not completely drive out the Russians, which is Zelensky's broader strategic goal, Milley said. However, he refused to say how long it might take Ukraine to achieve its goals. It will be quite lengthy, he said. Milley described the current counteroffensive as long, difficult, and bloody. Friends, considering what is happening in my country, this channel is now my only source of income. If you are able to support me financially, I will be very grateful. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.